Hi there. Do you know the significance of July 4th in the United States?
Yes, it's American Independence Day. The day the U.S. declared freedom from British rule.
Exactly. On that day in 1776, the Declaration of Independence was adopted. It marked a turning point in history.
The Founding Fathers played a crucial role, right?
Yes, you're correct. They were leaders who fought for liberty and self-governance.
I've heard of Thomas Jefferson. Wasn't he involved in writing the Declaration?
Yes, you're right. Jefferson was the principal author. His words were powerful and still inspire many.
It's amazing how those words shaped a nation.
Absolutely. The document stated that all men are created equal and have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Those ideals resonate even today. Freedom and equality are fundamental values.
Indeed. Every year, Americans celebrate with fireworks, parades, and family gatherings.
Sounds like a lively celebration. How does the day typically start?
Well, people often begin with the national anthem and then read the Declaration of Independence aloud.
That's a great way to remember the historical significance of the day.
It is. Many also take part in community events and patriotic ceremonies.
I imagine there's a strong sense of national pride on this day.
Definitely. The American flag is proudly displayed everywhere.
It must be heartwarming to see such unity and patriotism.
Absolutely. This day also symbolizes the country's ongoing journey toward freedom and justice for all.
I'm curious, how do families celebrate in their homes?
Families often host barbecues or picnics with traditional foods like hot dogs, burgers, and apple pie.
Yum! I'd love to try those classic American dishes someday.
You should. It's a wonderful experience. And, of course, no celebration is complete without fireworks.
Fireworks must be mesmerizing. I've seen them in movies.
They truly are. The night sky lights up with brilliant colors and patterns.
Sounds like a magical spectacle. I'd love to witness it in person.
If you ever get the chance, it's something you shouldn't miss.
I'll keep that in mind. Are there any other iconic traditions on this day?
Yes, some communities organize historical reenactments or parades featuring people dressed in colonial attire.
That's a fun way to bring history to life.
Absolutely. It helps people understand and appreciate the struggles of the past.
Have you heard about the historic meeting between John Lennon and Paul McCartney on July 6, 1957?
Yes, it was a significant moment in music history. It led to the formation of one of the greatest bands, the Beatles.
That's amazing. How did they meet?
They were introduced by a mutual friend at a church social event where John's skiffle band was performing.
Skiffle band? What's that?
Skiffle is a type of music that blends folk, jazz, and blues elements. It was popular in the UK during that time.
I see. So, they had a common interest in music.
Exactly. Paul was impressed by John's performance and his rebellious attitude.
It's interesting how chance encounters can change the course of history.
Absolutely. Their meeting sparked a musical partnership that revolutionized the music industry.
What happened after they met?
Paul auditioned for John's band, the Quarrymen, and was eventually invited to join.
That must have been an exciting opportunity for Paul.
Yes, it was a pivotal moment in his life. Together, they started writing songs and exploring new musical directions.
They must have had a strong musical connection.
Definitely. Their songwriting partnership became the foundation of the Beatles' success.
I've always admired their songwriting skills. Their music is timeless.
They were true pioneers. Their innovative sound and lyrics transformed popular music.
How did they go from the Quarrymen to the Beatles?
Over time, the band underwent various lineup changes and evolved into different names before settling on the Beatles.
It's fascinating to see their journey from humble beginnings to international fame.
Their determination and talent propelled them to unprecedented heights.
Did they face any challenges along the way?
Like any successful band, they faced obstacles and setbacks. But their resilience and creativity kept them going.
Their story is inspiring. It shows that passion and perseverance can lead to extraordinary achievements.
Absolutely. They prove that with dedication and a shared vision, anything is possible.
How did their music impact the world?
The Beatles' music had a profound cultural impact. They influenced not just music but also fashion, art, and social change.
Their songs still resonate with people of all ages and backgrounds.
Indeed. Their music continues to be cherished and celebrated worldwide.
It's amazing how their music transcends time and generations.
They created a timeless legacy that will forever be remembered.
I'm grateful for this conversation. I've learned so much about John Lennon and Paul McCartney's journey.
I'm glad I could share this information with you. Their story is truly remarkable.
It reminds me that remarkable things can happen when talented individuals come together.
Collaboration and synergy can produce incredible results, just like it did for John and Paul.
Do you know about the Korean Armistice Agreement signed on July 27, 1953?
Yes, it marked the temporary end of the Korean War. An armistice is like a ceasefire, right?
Exactly. It's a truce to stop the fighting and find a peaceful resolution.
So, the agreement brought an end to the hostilities, but the war didn't officially end?
That's correct. The armistice halted the fighting, but a formal peace treaty was never signed.
That's interesting. So, technically, the Korean War is still ongoing?
Yes, it's often referred to as a war without an end. The two Koreas remain in a state of tension.
I see. What led to the need for an armistice in the first place?
The Korean War began in 1950 when North Korea invaded South Korea. Many lives were lost.
The armistice aimed to bring stability and prevent further bloodshed.
Yes, both sides agreed to stop the fighting and establish a demilitarized zone between them.
It's unfortunate that a lasting peace couldn't be achieved.
Indeed. The division of North and South Korea still exists today.
Does the armistice agreement have any lasting impact on the region?
Yes, it has significant geopolitical implications. The Korean peninsula remains a sensitive area.
I can imagine. The tension between the two Koreas must still affect neighboring countries.
Absolutely. The region's stability is a matter of concern for the international community.
Are there any efforts to reach a permanent peace agreement?
Over the years, there have been talks and attempts, but no formal peace treaty has been signed.
Let's hope for a peaceful resolution someday.
Indeed. It's essential for the well-being of both Korean nations and regional stability.
Changing the topic slightly, how do South Koreans commemorate this day?
They observe it as a public holiday called Victory Day or Armistice Day.
I assume there are ceremonies and events to honor the veterans and fallen soldiers.
Yes, veterans are honored, and memorials are held to remember those who sacrificed their lives.
It's crucial to recognize the sacrifices made during the war.
Remembering history helps prevent the repetition of past mistakes.
Very true. Understanding the past can lead to a more peaceful future.
I agree. Education and empathy play a vital role in fostering peace.
Have you ever visited the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea?
No, I haven't had the opportunity. It must be a unique and tense experience.
Yes, it's a heavily guarded area where both sides maintain a high level of military presence.
The division of families and the lasting impact on the people must be heart-wrenching.
It's a tragic consequence of the conflict. Many families remain separated to this day.
I hope that one day reunification becomes a reality for the Korean people.
Reunification would be a significant step towards lasting peace and healing.
It would be a complex process, but it could bring hope and progress for both nations.
Agreed. Patience and diplomacy will be essential in any efforts for reunification.
Hey, do you know why July 1st is a significant day in Canada?
Yes, it's Canada Day. On that day in 1867, Canada became a self-governing dominion within the British Empire.
That's fascinating. How do Canadians celebrate this special day?
They have various festivities like parades, concerts, and fireworks. It's a nationwide celebration with a strong sense of patriotism.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Is there a historical aspect to the celebrations too?
Absolutely. Many historical reenactments and ceremonies take place to honor Canada's past and the journey to self-governance.
I'm curious about the process of becoming a self-governing dominion. How did it happen?
Well, the British North America Act of 1867 united 3 colonies, Canada, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia, forming the Dominion of Canada.
So, it was a unification of separate colonies into one nation.
Yes, that's correct. It laid the foundation for Canada's federal system of government.
That's impressive. And it happened peacefully.
For the most part, yes. There were negotiations and discussions leading to the Confederation, as it was known back then.
Canada's growth into a nation is truly remarkable. How is the day typically observed?
People raise the Canadian flag and sing the national anthem, "O Canada," with pride and joy.
I'd love to hear the anthem someday. Are there any traditional foods associated with the celebrations?
Yes, barbecues and picnics are popular. Many enjoy classic Canadian dishes like poutine and maple syrup treats.
Yum. Maple syrup is delicious. I can see why it's so iconic for Canada.
It's a symbol of Canadian identity and the country's vast maple forests.
I'm amazed at how each country has its unique symbols and traditions.
Indeed. Embracing these symbols strengthens the sense of belonging and unity among the people.
Canada's natural beauty must add to the festive atmosphere on this day.
Absolutely. Many celebrate outdoors, surrounded by Canada's stunning landscapes and scenic beauty.
I can only imagine the picturesque views. I wish to visit Canada someday.
You should. The friendly people, diverse culture, and breathtaking landscapes make it a fantastic destination.
I'll add it to my travel bucket list. Back to the celebrations, are there any significant events?
Various cities hold their own festivities, with concerts, parades, and cultural displays.
It must be a lively and colorful scene everywhere.
It certainly is. The streets are adorned with red and white decorations, representing the Canadian flag's colors.
It's wonderful how the national flag is such a prominent symbol of pride.
Indeed. The maple leaf on the flag is instantly recognizable and cherished by all Canadians.
I can understand why. Symbols have a way of connecting people to their roots.
You're absolutely right. They create a shared sense of heritage and history.
Do people also take this opportunity to learn about Canadian history?
Yes, many historical museums and sites offer special programs and exhibits during Canada Day.
That's a fantastic idea. Learning about history while celebrating makes it more meaningful.
Exactly. It's a day of reflection and appreciation for Canada's progress as a nation.
Did you know that NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, was created on July 29, 1958?
Yes, it's an important organization that focuses on space exploration and research.
That's right. NASA has played a significant role in advancing our understanding of the universe.
Absolutely. They've sent astronauts to the moon, launched space probes, and conducted groundbreaking scientific studies.
NASA's achievements are remarkable. How did it come into existence?
It was established in response to the Soviet Union's launch of the satellite Sputnik, which sparked the space race.
So, NASA was created to compete with the Soviet Union's advancements in space technology.
Yes, it was a pivotal moment in history that led to increased investment in space exploration by the United States.
That's fascinating. What are some of NASA's notable accomplishments?
One of the most significant achievements was the Apollo 11 mission, which successfully landed humans on the Moon in 1969.
That was a historic moment. Neil Armstrong's first steps on the Moon are still remembered today.
It was a major milestone for human exploration. NASA has also launched numerous satellites and space telescopes.
I've heard of the Hubble Space Telescope. It has provided breathtaking images of distant galaxies.
That's correct. The Hubble Space Telescope has revolutionized our understanding of the universe.
What about the International Space Station, ISS? Is that a NASA project too?
Yes, NASA, along with other international partners, collaborates on the construction and operation of the ISS.
It's incredible to think that humans are living and conducting research in space.
The ISS serves as a platform for scientific experiments and promotes international cooperation in space exploration.
NASA's work must require a great deal of scientific knowledge and expertise.
Absolutely. NASA employs scientists, engineers, and astronauts who contribute to various aspects of space exploration.
It's inspiring to see how collaboration and innovation have advanced our understanding of the universe.
NASA's work has broadened our horizons and sparked curiosity about the mysteries of space.
How does NASA inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers?
NASA engages in educational outreach programs, encouraging young people to pursue careers in STEM fields.
That's important for the future of scientific exploration and innovation.
Absolutely. Inspiring young minds is crucial for the continued progress of space exploration.
I'm grateful for this conversation. I've learned a lot about NASA's contributions to space science.
I'm glad I could share this information with you. NASA's work is truly fascinating.
It certainly is. The exploration of space opens up endless possibilities for humanity.
Indeed. The discoveries made by NASA have the potential to shape our future.
Have you heard about Amelia Earhart, the aviator who disappeared on July 2, 1937, during her flight around the world?
Yes, I have. Her disappearance remains a mystery, right? They never found her?
That's correct. Despite extensive search efforts, her plane and Amelia Earhart were never found.
It's a tragic event. She was a pioneering woman in aviation.
Absolutely. She broke barriers and inspired many with her courage and determination.
What led to her decision to circumnavigate the globe?
Amelia wanted to be the first woman to complete such a challenging flight. It was a groundbreaking endeavor.
She must have been incredibly brave to embark on such a perilous journey.
Indeed. It required great skill and bravery to fly across vast oceans and unfamiliar territories.
Did she have a co-pilot or fly solo?
She had a navigator, Fred Noonan, to assist her during the journey.
It must have been a significant moment for women in aviation history.
Absolutely. Amelia Earhart's achievements paved the way for more women to pursue careers in aviation.
I can imagine her as a role model for aspiring female pilots.
She certainly is. Her legacy continues to inspire women in the aviation industry today.
Do people commemorate the day she went missing?
Yes, many aviation enthusiasts and historians remember her on July 2nd, reflecting on her contributions to flight.
It's a way to honor her memory and her pioneering spirit.
Precisely. Her courage and determination continue to resonate with people worldwide.
I'm curious, what might have happened during her fateful flight?
There are many theories, but the exact circumstances of her disappearance remain a mystery.
Some say she might have crashed into the ocean.
That's one possibility. Another theory suggests she may have landed on a remote island.
If that's the case, she could have survived as a castaway.
It's a possibility, but no definitive evidence has been found to support any theory.
Her disappearance has intrigued people for decades.
Indeed, it has sparked numerous investigations and expeditions to find out what happened to her.
I hope one day the truth will be uncovered.
Many hope for the same. Finding out the truth would bring closure to her story.
Until then, her memory lives on through her achievements and contributions.
Absolutely. She's remembered as a symbol of courage and a trailblazer for women in aviation.
It's impressive how one person's actions can leave a lasting impact on the world.
That's the power of inspiring leadership and breaking barriers.
Her story reminds us to pursue our dreams fearlessly.
You're right. Amelia Earhart's determination is a lesson for all of us.
Did you know that on July 20, 1976, NASA's Viking 1 made history by becoming the first spacecraft to land successfully on Mars?
Yes, it was a groundbreaking achievement in space exploration.
I can imagine. Landing on another planet is an extraordinary feat.
Absolutely. It was a momentous step towards understanding Mars and the potential for future exploration.
How did Viking 1 manage to land on Mars?
Viking 1 used a parachute and retro rockets to slow down its descent and land safely on the Martian surface.
That must have required precise calculations and execution.
Indeed. The landing was a complex process that required careful planning and engineering.
What were the objectives of the Viking 1 mission?
The primary goal was to search for signs of life on Mars through various scientific experiments.
Did Viking 1 find any signs of life?
The results were inconclusive. However, the mission provided valuable data about Mars' atmosphere and surface.
So, Viking 1 laid the foundation for further exploration of the Red Planet.
Yes, it paved the way for subsequent Mars missions and contributed to our understanding of the planet.
How long did Viking 1 operate on Mars?
Viking 1 operated on the Martian surface for more than 6 years.
6 years? That's much longer than I expected.
Yes, it was a testament to the durability and ingenuity of the spacecraft's design.
What happened to Viking 1 after its mission ended?
After completing its mission, Viking 1 continued to transmit data until November 1982, after which communication was lost.
So, Viking 1 was active for quite a long time on Mars.
Indeed. Its successful mission was a significant achievement for NASA and space exploration.
I can only imagine the excitement and celebration at NASA when Viking 1 successfully landed on Mars.
It was undoubtedly a moment of great pride and joy for everyone involved in the mission.
How has Viking 1's success influenced future Mars missions?
Viking 1's success demonstrated the feasibility of landing on Mars, which encouraged more ambitious missions.
It's incredible how one mission can inspire and shape the future of space exploration.
Absolutely. Each successful mission expands our knowledge and opens up new possibilities.
Has NASA made more recent attempts to explore Mars?
Yes, NASA has continued its exploration of Mars with missions like the Mars rovers and the Mars InSight lander.
Those missions must have provided even more insights into the planet's geology and history.
Indeed. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have been instrumental in studying Mars' surface and searching for signs of past life.
It's amazing how technology has allowed us to explore a distant planet like Mars.
Technology has indeed revolutionized space exploration, enabling us to reach places we once only dreamed of.